not exercising, so you're not building any kind of lean tissue underneath your outer skin, when those fat layers are gone, your outer skin has nothing to attach to. It cannot attach directly to your organs as an epidural layer. It can't.
No.
So it has to attach to some fascia, some muscle and ligament or something. It has to attach to that. If it doesn't, that's loose skin, right? And so we want you to be in a position to feel and to look as good as you possibly can, so that, this is a lifelong thing.
Right.
We don't want you to lose 80 pounds. I see these poor souls on social media. They've lost 80 pounds. My God, what an achievement. And they still hate their bodies.
Because
how horrible is that?
The skin is hanging from their bodies.
And they never knew that they were supposed to do some things to take care of that. And so we are reaching out, and we do have some suggestions, but it's kind of late in the game because they needed to address some of this earlier. So as you're losing weight, you tend to that by building out some lean muscles so that you at least have a good, strong basis underneath.
Right.
Okay, that's an important thing.
And one thing we're not telling people not to, because we read this a lot and hear this a lot, they're quick to go under the knife, to undertake surgery, because they think that's kind of a quick fix.
Or actually, Janine mentioned another option similarly is like fat sculpting. Right. So they use it's actually freezing. It's a cold process, not a cutting one. There's no cutting. They use machinery. I studied the basis of this. It does make sense. It does make sense in the sense, if you think about it, you're kind of freezing some tissue that you don't need or want anymore. And you're kind of freezing it, and then there's a way to extricate it. It's not like losing weight. You're not using it up, right? It's a process. A lot of people that have under a certain amount, like a lower amount, not as much as you would if you had to go to surgery, it would be an significant amount of skin that you wanted to get rid of. If you have small pockets, so the typical use of this fat sculpting thing is, where women have like a little pooch. They have a little stomach pooch, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much everywhere else they're good. Like they've worked out, they've lost a lot of the extra adipose weight, but they have this little pooch, and it could be left over from having like a cesarean section, if they've had a baby and they had a cesarean section. Or it could just be a fat pocket that they're having trouble losing. In that case, that seems to be pretty successful for people with fat sculpting because it's just a small area. And it can be concentrated, and so it works. There still could be some small amount of loose skin, but they can live with that. The pooch is gone.
Right.
However, when it's extensive, when it's your whole body, like your arms, your back, your legs, everything, it could work, but it will be extended and expensive because it's a lot of treatments. You can't do it all at once. And then there's some people, if you look up online, if you look at testimonials, some people swear by it, but again, I think it's with the smaller amounts. Some people say it helped, but I still have this issue. Didn't resolve it for me because there's other concerns. I think the difference between the people that are really successful with it and the people that are not is, one is the amount that they had to deal with, and second is genetics. Because the problem with all of us is that there's certain things that we just inherited and we can't fix them. So what I'm looking at is the success with this kind of fat sculpting is the healing, right? So when they do their process, it's not invasive in terms of cutting, but you still have to heal from it. And if you're a good healer, by good healer I mean, and this